photograph submitted by the Northridge residents does not depict 600 or photograph from 600 feet. The
No, it's a
photographs
telephoto picture. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Or taken on the property, one or the other. The photographs that we've presented, Mr. Chairman, are without a telephoto lens from that same vantage point, so that you can see virtually impossible to see that pen at that distance through those woods, even without leaves. The second photograph that we've provided is with a telephoto lens. I forget what the exact magnification was, but clearly it begins to approach what's been presented by the Northridge residents. But I think that very first photograph gives you a much fairer depiction of what it is you actually see when you're on the ground. So, and then the final piece of material in that handout is a scholarly study that Dr. Brugel provided relating to the use of those electric shock collars that most of you heard so much about. You, Mr. Yell, had the misfortune of experiencing it last year.
No one's going to let me get away with the time.
I got another caller a second ago.
If you have another one, I think it needs to compare and contrast the color.
Go ahead.
So, all of that said, I'd like to start with Mr. Presto. Mr. Delaney, you may want to swear him. And just away.
So we tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. All right, Mr. Presto, can you tell the board your name and your address?
Michael Cresta, 41 Spruce Road, North Reading.
Okay. And what do you do, Mr. Presto?
General contractor.
And who do you live at Spruce Road with?
My wife, my 3 children, and my dogs.
Okay. And how many dogs do you have present?
I have 2.
And could you describe them to the board?
One's a German Shepherd and one is a Shih Tzu.
Okay. How long have you resided at Spruce Road?
Almost 5 years.
And where did you live before that?
Wakefield, Mass.
Okay. Did you have dogs at Wakefield?
Yes, I did.
Did you have any complaints from neighbors there?
No, I did.
Were any of those dogs the same dogs that you have now?
Yes.
Okay, and which dog was that?
Brandon.
The only shepherd that you've got?
At present, yes.
Okay. All right, you active in the town in any community affairs?
I'm on the North Reading Youth Football board, and I'm also a coach for football in North Reading.
Okay. Now, could you tell the board when and from where you got Brando?
I purchased Brando from Olympia Kennels in New Hampshire.
Okay. And was there some reason why you purchased Brando from that particular kennel?
Because he was a breeder of German Shepherds.
Now, can you tell me what your schedule is for letting Brando out during the day, say over the past 2 or 3 years?
Goes out in the morning
Okay.
between 7 and 7:30 before the kids go to school.
Okay.
And he goes back out between 2 and 2:30 when they come home.
So who brings them in when they leave for school?
My son, Michael.
And who lets them out later in the afternoon?
It's either Bobby or Michael.
And do they go out in the evening at all?
They're in by 5:30.
Now, have you taken any actions in response to Brando after hearing from members of this board about complaints from the neighbors?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I attended a mediation hearing that was presided over by Mr. Delaney with several members of Northridge. Ms. Shaughnessy was here and myself. And at the conclusion of that hearing, it was asked of us that if we would put a no bark collar on the animal. And once the request was made, I contacted the trainer of the dog and the person who I bought it from, and proceeded to take the dog up to sit with the trainer, make sure that it really was not a problem with my dog, which I was concerned about because I took their complaints seriously. Dog officers have visited my home on more than one occasion. But it had gotten to the point now that we were in a mediation hearing.
But let me ask you this. Was that because you yourself had experienced episodes of excessive barking by Brando, or in response to the request by Mr. Delaney that you attempt to appease the neighbors?
I did that to abuse the neighbors.
Because you hadn't had any prior problems with Brando?
Never had a problem with Brando.
By the way, did you hear Mrs. Diamond testify earlier today about coming to your house approximately 3 years ago in connection with the complaint about barking dogs?
Yes, I do.
Okay, is your memory of that meeting the same as hers?
No, it isn't.
All right, well, could you tell the board what your memory of that meeting is?
I thought it was much more amicable than the way that she portrayed that meeting. And the dogs could have been barking at her when we call the meeting as well as she does. But that's what a dog's supposed to do. If he doesn't know who it is that's entering your property, dog should bark. And I do recall her going to the top of the driveway when she left. And she heard the next door neighbor's dogs barking as well.
Well, how do you know that?
Because I was standing there in the driveway myself.
So approximately, how long ago did you take Brando to Olympia Kennels?
It was about a week or so after I left the mediation here.
And what happened after you took Brando up there?
Spent about 3 to 4 hours up there with Mike Pinkerton, who was the trainer of Brando, and had him put Brando through his paces to find out if there was actually an issue with the dog and being an excessive barker. And at the conclusion of that, it's in Mr. Pinkerton's report, how he felt. I also picked up another training collar, which I have in my hands, right here. That's been on Brando ever since I left there. It's been taken off twice, I believe, when the dog goes to the groomer. Groomer picks him up, takes him, brings him back, collar goes back on when I get home from work. I'm the one who puts it on the dog, and I'm the one who put it on the dog when we first received it. And if it's ever taken off, I'm the one who puts it back on to make sure that it's taut and that it has the proper contact with his neck.
Okay. But your evidence is this has been on for approximately how long now?
In about 9 weeks.
And other than the occasions that you testified to, and of course when he's indoors, that collar is on.
Collar's been on him 24 hours a day until tonight, when we took it off him.
Right. Any doubt in your mind that Brando is not an excessive barker?
There's no doubt in my mind at all.
And has there been any change in his barking behavior since before you had the collar on and after you had it on?
Wait, I understand your question.
Have you noticed any change in his barking behavior since you put the barking collar on?
Brando
It's
hasn't,
the same.
Brando has not barked at all, and he wouldn't even bark this evening when somebody walked through the door,
Even when it may have been appropriate?
even when it made it be appropriate.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to say to the board, Mr. Preston?
But I do have a video that I'd like to show the board.
Okay, there is a video of Brando, if the board would care to see it. It's about a 3-minute video of the board.
Well, what does it present?
It depicts the dog in his pen for a brief period of time and
With the animal
being
behaviors.
examined by the animal behavioralist, and there's also a scene inside the garage in his pen, in which you can hear, by the way, that other dogs
Multiple dogs
barking,
bark.
multiple dogs barking in the neighborhood, not this dog.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it should be.
Sure.
It's gonna show this,
You better do that because
I know.
I would have not a clue. My kids do all of that.
You mind if I?
You can just put it right here, face it to us, and then
we'll all
we'll all gather around.
It's about,
Need your wife, I know I would.
I'm trying to
not moving just yet. I guess we should start.
Might get a drink, but it's not moving.
That's that one, yeah.
Should be that middle part.
Which one is the start button?
Qualify yourself.
That's what I thought it was. Okay, there it
Is
is.
it moving?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're saying now.
Is it,
I wanna get some barking.
you're gonna hear some barking.
I heard one, but I heard one.
When the dog stands up, you'll hear a barking in the background, about 3 or 4 dogs.
Feel here, there's one. Yeah.
That would be it, sir.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick